Pain, sharp, stabbing, crying, avoiding. These are words that some people with endometriosis have used to describe their sexual experiences. Sex that's usually defined as a pleasurable event has become something that people avoid, that ruins relationships, and has severe effects on their quality of life. My name is Natasha, a PhD student in the Reproductive and Developmental Sciences program and public scholar at UBC. And today I'm thrilled to talk to you about my research on the role of central sensitization in endometriosis-associated deep dyspareunia, which is a complicated phenomenon that I hope to unpack for you within the next few slides. Endometriosis affects approximately 10% of women, and about 50% of people with endometriosis experience pain with deep vaginal penetration during sexual activity, also called deep dyspareunia. So let's think about that for a minute. In Canada, that's about 400,000 women with endometriosis experiencing deep dyspareunia. Endometriosis is when tissue from inside the uterus grows abnormally outside of the uterus, and this tissue adheres to various structures, such as the ovaries, fallopian tubes, and bowel, and can cause various types of pain, such as menstrual pain, painful bowel movements, chronic pelvic pain, or deep dyspareunia. Deep dyspareunia and endometriosis is multifactorial, meaning that multiple factors may contribute to this pain. For example, comorbid conditions such as painful bladder syndrome, a phenomenon called central sensitization, or the endometriosis lesions themselves may be the primary cause of deep dyspareunia. So let's imagine for a minute that the endometriosis is on the rectum. During deep penetration, this area might be hit and may cause pain. However, some people may experience deep dyspareunia even when the endometriosis is in a location that does not get hit during deep penetration. This suggests other factors, such as central sensitization, to be playing a role in this pain. And central sensitization is the amplification of pain signaling that results in an increased sensation of pain or a sensation of pain from a non-painful stimulus. And it can cause pain in organs or structures adjacent to the primary pathology or pain elsewhere in the body away from the pathology. We've previously found that bladder and pelvic floor tenderness was significantly associated with a worse severity of deep dyspareunia. And since invasive endometriosis of the bladder is rare, these findings support our hypothesis that central sensitization may be playing a role in deep dyspareunia in some people with endometriosis. So we're currently exploring the role that central sensitization plays by measuring it using two ways. First, we're using an electronic thimble algometer, which assesses pain pressure threshold, which is the point that the sensation of pressure has changed to the first sensation of pain, where a lower pain pressure threshold is equal to a greater level of central sensitization. In our prelim findings, we're seeing that this group with endometriosis, high severity of deep dyspareunia, and bladder and pelvic floor tenderness had the lowest pain pressure threshold, indicating a greater level of central sensitization. The second method that we're using is a self-reported questionnaire called the Central Sensitization Inventory, which assesses 25 symptoms associated with central sensitization and is scored from 0 to 100, where a higher score is equal to a greater level of central sensitization. And we're finding similar results to the previous method, with this group with endometriosis, high severity of deep dyspareunia, and bladder and pelvic floor tenderness having the highest severity of central sensitization. So these findings suggest that the group with endometriosis, high severity of deep dyspareunia, and bladder and pelvic floor tenderness may have a central component to their pain, meaning that central sensitization might be the primary cause of their deep dyspareunia, even though they have endometriosis. And it's important to identify the primary cause of deep dyspareunia in order to provide the most appropriate treatment plan. For example, standard endometriosis medical and surgical therapies may not be beneficial for the person whose deep dyspareunia is primarily due to central sensitization. This person may benefit more from a multidisciplinary treatment plan, including pelvic floor physiotherapy, counseling, and pain education. So wait, I have endometriosis lesions growing outside of my uterus and you don't want to do surgery to remove it? This is commonly heard by endometriosis specialists, since it's not fully understood that although you have endometriosis, it might not be the primary cause of your deep dyspareunia. To address this gap in knowledge, we're creating short 3D animated videos to educate patients and their partners on the causes and treatments of deep dyspareunia and endometriosis. These videos will take viewers on a trip up the vaginal canal into the uterus, where they will begin to see how endometriosis occurs, followed by learning about the causes of deep dyspareunia. The goals of these videos are to help patients make informed decisions about their care and to help educate patients that although they have endometriosis, their central sensitization, for example, might be the primary cause of their deep dyspareunia, and that treatments targeting this primary cause may be more beneficial to alleviate this pain. And to ensure patients' needs are met throughout this project, we're incorporating patient voices throughout the entire study. As equal members of our research team, the patients will provide a unique opportunity for us to disseminate our research findings in an accessible video format and to provide research that's valuable to patients with endometriosis. So in collaboration with patients with endometriosis, we will create engaging and accessible videos on our research on the causes of deep dyspareunia and endometriosis, with the overall goal of changing this to this, and by identifying the primary cause of deep dyspareunia and providing a more personalized treatment plan, we hope that we can help all people with endometriosis have pleasurable sexual experiences. Again, my name is Natasha Orr, and it was a pleasure to talk to you today about my research on sexual pain and endometriosis. Thank you all very much for your time, and please feel free to contact me if you have any questions or comments.